ready to do the job.
As players, we gotta do better. I mean, when they start to go on their runs, which teams is gonna do each and every game, we gotta come together. And it's like right now, when we hit adversity, we go our separate ways.
I didn't love that comment by Isaiah Thomas. I didn't love it, and whether it was true or not so true. I didn't love
It's a tough
saying
messenger.
Look, you're the guy that went in there and accused Kevin Love of faking an injury. That's not coming together. That's making sure it's all out there. For a guy who's struggling as much as he is, one of the worst players on the team right now, what went so wrong for the Cavaliers last night?
I mean, I would imagine it's the same thing that's been going wrong for them since January 1, or I would really say since Christmas Day, which is they've been a terrible basketball team. The jarring part of this game is they were up 21. And then they end up losing by 18, a 39-point swing against the worst team in the league, Orlando, who did not have its best player. So you are losing. We've seen them lose to the Spurs second string. We've seen them lose to an undermanned Detroit team. We've seen them give up almost 150 to Oklahoma City, and now we saw them lose to the worst team in the league without Aaron Gordon, the Orlando Magic. 4 separate possibilities for the rock bottom of their season. So what happened last night is in the first quarter they were hitting their shots. When they hit their shots, they look fine, but they're never playing any defense. They're never engaged. And then all of a sudden, not only did they stop hitting their shots, but JR, IT, Rose, and Crowder went from hitting their shots to 1 of 22 from the field the rest of the night. That ain't great, as the kids say. And so that's what happens. In the first quarter, they had 1 turnover. The rest of the game, they had 13. But this is a trend. In their last 12 games on the road, they are 1-11. The 1 road win coming against Orlando, with a 4-point sneak-out win against Orlando, 131-127. They've been off over a month and a half now.
And Nick, did you see what LeBron wore to the game?
What? I did not.
Oh,
we were in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he had a Mickey Mouse. You know, it's Orlando. He had a Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on.
Oh, like the lining of your coat?
Well, yeah, absolutely, as a tribute to some other things. But that's where the team is right now. They're a Mickey Mouse outfit. Now, I just wish LeBron, and I'm going to say this, Nick, in situations like this, I wish LeBron had the personality of Kobe and Michael Jordan, that he would just go out and get 25 to 30 shots and get 40 points. Because this team has struggled the last 2 years, but what's helped them is their offense. Now they're not a good offensive team. Without Kevin Love, they've always been one of the top offensive teams, one of the top 3-point teams. So that, when they were making their shots, that would cover up for their defensive woes. So now they're a bad offensive team and a bad defensive team. Before, when they were elite offensively, it would cover up for their bad defense. Now they're not as good. Now, I'm not going to, really take too much to LeBron not being like Kobe, but right now, with them not having Kevin Love, LeBron needs to get more shots. IT got 13 shots. LeBron takes 17 shots. LeBron needs more shots. Like, for them to be able to win with the rest of these players, like, he's got to be able to score more points than that.
In year 15, he's not going to change who he's been his whole career. He was 10 of 17 from the field. He had 25 points. He had 10 rebounds. He had 5 assists. I was watching from Brooklyn. They get people next to me making fun of me. The fourth quarter on my phone. You were sitting there like, how much are the Cavs losing by now? How much are they losing by now? You're just trolling.
I was just trying to judge how low the floor was going to go with this house.
But to CeCe's point, CeCe's right. Other players would have taken the game in their own hands. LeBron on 3 consecutive possessions in the fourth quarter when the game, it was at 92 all, and then all of a sudden it was 106-92. Hit Kyle Korver for wide open threes. 3 straight times down the court.
Yes.
Korver went 0 for 3. Like, that is, you can criticize him for it. I think it is who is the basketball DNA in him that has made him the greatest player I've ever seen. But he's not going to change that. And if he is going to change it, it's in a playoff game, not a regular season game against Orlando.
But what he can change, if he's not going to change anything on the court, is what's happening off the court, which is what we're going to talk about now. More on the Cavs on yesterday's show. The man across from me right here, his name is Chris Carter, said that LeBron James, they should ask LeBron James to waive his no trade clause. Then as soon as our show went off the air, everyone else seemed to wonder whether LeBron should waive his no trade clause. I got home, my 4-year-old asked me if LeBron should waive his no trade clause. What up, Harper? After the Cavs lost last night, guess what? LeBron was asked whether he should waive his no trade clause. Take a listen.
Listen, I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for this season right now to try to, figure out ways we can still compete. I couldn't give up on my teammates like that. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it. We put too much into the game, every single day. We go out and prepare, even though win, lose, or draw. At the end of the day, we are brothers, and we understand that. So, I owe it to my teammates to finish the season out, no matter how it ends up. So, no, I would never waive my no-trade clause.
CC, of the following three, LeBron James, Dan Gilbert, or rest of team, who would you blame for everything that's going on with Cleveland right now?
In pecking order, Dan Gilbert first, the rest of the team, and then LeBron in that. But the percentages probably be something like 70, 20, 10.
Okay.
All right? Because this is just the symptoms of something that was very, very bad. They asked LeBron about the Kyrie situation. LeBron told them, do not trade him. They said, well, he said he won't play another minute with you. LeBron told him, bring him to training camp. All right? Let us work it out in training camp. Like, don't trade him. But they caved in to his demands, decided to trade him. And in the trade, they got an injured player, a small injured player. All right? They got the Brooklyn pick, which they thought was kind of the prize, and Crowder, a grunt and a gritty player, a good player to have on an NBA roster.
Just real quick, to add to your point, and then after they did that, they could have backed out. After they went against LeBron's wishes, Isaiah failed the physical. They had 2 chances to be like, you know what?
Yes.
We don't want to do this. So twice they traded away their second best player to their potentially biggest rival and the best asset LeBron
And the intel told him that this guy's more injured than he was.
And so
Boston agreed.
Yes.
They sent him another pick.
You're right. So the Cavs could have just said, we cancel the trade. So twice in the exact same decision, they went against what LeBron wanted. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So in blaming Gilbert, that's why the percentage is on him. Now, LeBron is trying to do the best he can do with this outfit. I believe there's a lot other things going on with IT and his contract. Kevin Love, them not appreciating him. Kevin Love being out affects them. Crowder having a bad year. JR having a bad year. They're the oldest team in basketball. All those things are real, but it starts at the top with their owner/general manager.
All right, so I agree that Dan Gilbert is the primary culprit here. Dan Gilbert's out here, and I talked about Dan Gilbert yesterday. I got a little exacerbated about it to where a different NBA owner was like, man, you're sure out here on TV going after owners. It's like, not all of them, but this guy who says he wants to be the Jerry Jones of the NBA, this guy who has befriended the underdog Isaiah Thomas, even though Isaiah Thomas has been a big part of the problem. This guy who says, I got the Brooklyn pick, got my title, it's all I need.
Again.
So no, so I agree with Chris. But if we want to spread the blame out past Dan Gilbert, yes, I get it. LeBron's always going to shoulder a lot of the blame, and LeBron could be more engaged defensively. He could do more. He's still, despite all this, is giving you 26, 8, and 9 on 54% shooting. For any other player in the league, it would be MVP numbers. But I want to show a different set of numbers to America right now. One of Chris' favorite things, a blind reveal. Look at the screen if you would, partner. Left-hand side, you got a guy giving you 10 points a game, 35% from the field, 30% from 3, and a 12.2 PER. To give some context, a 15 PER is league average. On the right-hand side, you have a guy averaging more points, nearly 15, exact same field goal percentage, way worse three-point percentage, and the same PER. Show me who those 2 people are. It's Lonzo Ball and Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah must really be doing bad because we haven't had Ball on the show in so long. I mean, for real. That's a real blind reveal, bro.
Okay, here's why I did it. All year long, the knock on Lonzo, at least Lonzo's giving you 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Isaiah's giving you 4 assists, 2 rebounds. At least Lonzo this year has been a passable defensive player. Isaiah's the worst defensive player in the league. If you're the worst defensive player in the league and you're shooting 23% from 3, Lonzo at his nadir was shooting 24%. Listen, I know the hips not right. That's why you can't get to the basket.
Yes.
Why can you not knock down shots? And then to compound it, Jenna, as you mentioned earlier, to be the guy that's like, oh, we're going apart. Well, one of the reasons we're going apart is you're going at Kevin Love. You're buddying up with the owner who your best player hates. He has been. The Cavs have to seriously be considering in the next 30 hours trading Isaiah Thomas. Even if you're selling 30 cents on the dollar.
It's got to be on the board.
Has to be on the board.
Because who are the only 2 possibilities? If it's not LeBron, who else do they have that anybody would even want? Isaiah Thomas maybe, and Kevin Love who's injured.
And